Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Incipio Silicrylic Dualpro case for the HTC One X. You are more than welcome to check out the Silicrylic Dualpro at any time over at its official website. That is going to be located at www.incipio.com. As always, we also encourage you to check it out at our own site as well at www.daydeal.com. So I want to give you guys a heads up. This is probably going to be one of our last video reviews we are going to do for quite a while for the HTC One X. Reasons being is that we've already done a couple of video reviews for cases on the One X already, and we're happy with what we have, and we unfortunately have to move on to other phone models. But we are very, very fortunate to talk about the Silicrylic Dual Pro, I guess as you can say, a parting video for the phone, because this is really a great product. We think a lot of people should check it out. It comes in some awesome colors. It offers pretty decent protection and yada yada etc. You'll kind of see what we're getting at, our enthusiasm for this case, as you watch the rest of the video. But let's go and get some technical stuff out of the way with all of this information that you see in front of us right here. Go ahead and take it all in, folks, because it is a lot of info to digest. Now, Incipio actually has official measurements listed for all of their products online at their website. So whenever you need to have access to this type of information, you're more than welcome to check it out at the incipio.com site. We pulled this information verbatim for the HTC One X. We want to let you guys know that this is compatible with all models of the One X out there. In other words, it includes the One X from AT&T, the One X GSM/international/world version, as well as the One XL, which is the same frame as the One X from AT&T. Okay, I don't need to talk about that anymore. If you guys have the phone, you just need to know that it's compatible with all models. As a matter of fact, if on the Incipio website, if you click on the World version or the AT&T version, it leads to the exact same product as far as the Silicrylic Dual Pro goes. Only the feather, I believe, is different. So starting with the weight of the case, it's going to be at 34 grams. Its length is 138.19 millimeters. Its width, 74.18 millimeters. Its depth, 13.08 millimeters. And the net change from all of this, meaning the size of the case against the original phone itself, if you own the AT&T or the XL, this is going to be 3.39 millimeters to its length. If you own the X international version or the world version, that is going to be 3.79 millimeters to that length of that phone, but the width and the depth are going to be the same for all models. So that is 4.28 millimeters on top of that, as well as 4.18 millimeters to its thickness, okay, or depth. And that is it, guys. So that's a lot of information to digest. Hopefully you find it useful, and you can always find this information online at the official website just for the case itself, not the net change. The Silicrylic is available in 4 different colors. Unfortunately, we only have 3 of the 4 colors in today's video. In front of us right now, on the left-hand side, we have black with black. This is the most universal color. It's the easiest to find. To the far right is neon pink with black. This is the second most popular color. This should also be a little bit easier to find in stores. In the center is our own personal favorite color. This is the most unique color of the Silicrylic Dual Pro in our personal opinion. This is neon yellow with dark gray. It looks awesome, and that's why I have it installed on our dummy version of the HTC One X phone. So we're going to show you that in just a moment. The one color, unfortunately, that we have missing in today's video is the light gray with dark gray version of the Silicrylic Dual Pro, and that one looks pretty cool itself. Feel free to check that out over at the official website at, once again, incipio.com. So let's go ahead and show you the contents of the screen protector kit right now. Let me go and pull this over, and here it is. So if you open it up, this is what is inside. You have a small little applicator card with the web address of the company on there, and this one is a little bit dated. As you can see, it says myincipio.com. If you type that in, it actually just leads you over to incipio.com. You have a gray microfiber cleaning cloth with the Incipio brand on there, no surprises, and the actual screen protector itself for your HTC One X phone. And yes, this is compatible with all versions of the One X out there, and that is it for the screen protector kits. Now, the Silicrylic Dual Pro, we think personally, is a new name for the Silicrylic line of cases from the company. It's been a while since we looked at an Incipio product, especially a Silicrylic case, so we're thinking that they're just trying to revamp the product line. In other words, if you're a fan of the Silicrylic in the past, this is pretty much the same product, although I do know that there's a Silicrylic Eco or something of that nature that's out for, I think, only the iPhone or the iPod Touch 4G. You might want to double check the facts on that, and that is just made of biodegradable materials, which is kind of cool, but it's still a Silicrylic case, and the same thing can be said for the Dual Pro. So for those of you out there who are not familiar with the Silicrylic at all, let's go and show you the ins and outs of it right now. I am going to go ahead and use our hot pink here with black as the guinea pig. Show you the ins and outs of the case. Let's go and take the insert out. So as its name suggests, Dualpro, this is a dual layered case. Okay, it consists of a silicone skin layer and a polycarbonate shell layer. They work together to protect your phone. One goes on top of another. Obviously, the shell goes on top of the skin. The silicone skin itself is pretty durable. It's actually not the thickest thing in the world, but it's also not incredibly thin, as we've seen on previous versions of the Silicrylic, which is good for the HTC One X. It has a reinforced bottom as well as a reinforced top. The edges along the side are relatively thick. They do create a nice bumper edge. There are openings where appropriate for a camera lens, speaker, and USB port, I believe. And there are also coverings for the volume up and down rocker switch, as well as the top power button, and an opening for the 3.5mm audio jack, which we'll show you more in just a moment on our pre-installed version. Moving on to the polycarbonate shell there, not really much to talk about. It is a standard issue, thick plastic shell made of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is a little bit more flexible than your standard LDPE or HDPE plastic. I do want to mention that this, unfortunately, does attract lint quite a bit. It does have somewhat of a sticky nature to it, sticky feel, because it has a rubberized finish on it. It's kind of a matte appearance, so it's actually not glossy at all, which is the kind of appearance some people like more than their glossy brethren. But to that end, this does attract lint, and it is a little bit hard to remove. We also want to mention that if you're one of those folks out there that likes putting your case in and out of your pocket very quickly, this, unfortunately, is not the product for you, because we can see this sticking to the inner lining of pockets very, very easily. Okay, it's very tacky stuff, not in appearance, but I just mean feeling. Okay, very, very sticky. So other than that, let's just go and try to put our hot pink, reassemble it back there, and just kind of leave it here back in the display case. That's the best I can do. All right, let's just go and move those guys out of the way and give you a 360 tour of the very cool looking neon yellow with dark gray. I absolutely love this color scheme. Very rare, very cool looking. Starting with the front of the HTC One X, you'll notice that the Silicrylic Dualpro creates a pretty decent lip all around the edges, which is a good thing. Remember, you are supposed to be using this in conjunction with the screen protector that they give you as well. So having a lip on a case and thus on your phone has its benefits. For starters, if you happen to rest your phone on its face for whatever reason, by accident or on purpose, it is going to be elevated up and away from the surface you're resting against. More importantly, if you happen to drop your phone and it unfortunately lands on its face, you do not want the screen touching up against the surface or eating it first. You do want that lip to hopefully catch the impact first, and that's what hopefully the Silicrylic Dualpro will do for you guys. Moving on to the top of the case, we have an opening for the audio jack as well as the noise cancellation microphone. It's going to give you a zoom up of that. Pretty nice stuff. Should accommodate all type of connector tips, straight as well as angled. If you have an angled connector tip, just make sure the wire protrusion sticks toward the back of the case, and that way nothing will get tangled up or loose. We have a covering for the power button, which is a little bit hard to see on camera, but it is there and it is very easy to press. Moving on to this side, we have an opening for the USB port. No surprises there. Nice and large. Should accommodate all type of connector tips. Moving on to the other side, we have a covering for the volume up and down rocker switch. Once again, a little bit hard to see, but it is there and is very easy to press. Moving on to the bottom, we have a small opening for the microphone that you see right there. And let's go ahead and show you the back. The opening for the speaker. Little Incipio logo right there, just for style points. And the opening for the camera lens and the LED flash. And that is a tad recessed in there. It's not very, very recessed, but just enough where if you happen to rest your phone on its back, how you should be resting it, the camera lens is actually not resting up against the surface. You are resting the phone on the case. Okay? And that is it, guys, for the Incipio Silicrylic Dualpro on the HTC One X. Remember that this is supposed to be compatible with all models, all right? So closing thoughts and comments. We really like this case from Incipio. We think it looks awesome. It is a dual layered case. It does provide pretty decent protection. It isn't necessarily the most heavy duty case out there. It does weigh only 34 grams, and the dimensions that it adds onto the phone are roughly around 3 to 4 millimeters all around. So it's pretty thick, but not that thick. We think it should serve most people well enough to protect their phone from daily wear and tear. However, if you're looking for something a little bit more heavy duty, then find something a little bit more heavy duty, because this is not it. This is basically kind of a light casual case. It comes with a screen protector, which is really nice. Let me go and show you that one more time just to remind you guys. All right, so that's always cool. A little extra protection, and it is available in 4 different colors, which in my personal opinion all look really great, especially the neon yellow with dark gray, and you should definitely check out the light gray with dark gray online at the official website. I really can't talk about more nice stuff to say about this case other than the negatives. The minor negative is that it's actually not a pocket friendly case. Okay, it's just way too sticky. The material on the rubberized finish is just way too lint resistant and just tacky feeling, and you know, that can be a bad thing for those folks who need it in and out of their pockets. So that is it. Check it out at Incipio.com. Check us out at Daydio.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and our new Pinterest board. Thanks for watching as always, guys. We will see you next video review.